INFJ Advocate Counselor is a very unique personality type who selects their relationships and potential partners in a very specific way. They can live on good terms with some personality types and really don't click with the other ones. Here is the INFJ's compatibility with Explorer types. INFJs and Explorers. INFJ and Explorer personalities can have an interesting and complex dynamic in a relationship. INFJs are introspective, idealistic, and empathetic, while Explorers ESTP, ISTP, ESFP, ISFP are adventurous, spontaneous, and action-oriented. While these differences can create some challenges, INFJs and Explorers can also complement each other well in certain areas. Number 1. INFJ and ISTP. INFJ and ISTP personalities can have an interesting dynamic in a relationship, but it can also be a challenging one due to their significant differences in their approach to life. INFJs are imaginative, sensitive, and intuitive individuals, while ISTPs are practical, analytical, and action-oriented. One of the biggest challenges in an INFJ-ISTP relationship is that INFJs tend to be more emotional and introspective, while ISTPs are more logical and detached. INFJs may struggle to understand ISTPs' approach to problem-solving, while ISTPs may find INFJs' emotional reactions confusing or irrational. INFJs may also desire more emotional intimacy and communication than ISTPs, who tend to be more reserved and private. Another potential issue is that INFJs tend to be more structured and planned, while ISTPs are more spontaneous and adaptable. This can create conflicts when trying to make decisions or plan events, as INFJs may feel that ISTPs are too impulsive, while ISTPs may view INFJs as too rigid or inflexible. Despite these differences, INFJs and ISTPs can complement each other well in a relationship. INFJs can appreciate ISTPs' independence, problem-solving skills, and practical approach to life, while ISTPs can admire INFJs' empathy, intuition, and emotional depth. Both types also tend to be loyal and committed to their relationships. To make an INFJ-ISTP relationship work, both partners need to be willing to communicate openly and respect each other's differences. INFJs can learn to appreciate ISTPs' need for independence and give them space when they need it, while ISTPs can learn to express their feelings and communicate more openly with INFJs. INFJs can also benefit from learning to be more spontaneous and adaptable, while ISTPs can benefit from learning to be more patient and understanding of INFJs' emotional needs. By finding a balance between their differences and strengths, INFJ-ISTP couples can create a strong and fulfilling relationship. Number 2. INFJ and ISFP. INFJ and ISFP personalities have some similarities and differences that can impact their compatibility in a relationship. INFJs are intuitive, empathetic, and imaginative, while ISFPs are artistic, sensitive, and down-to-earth. One of the biggest challenges in an INFJ-ISFP relationship is that INFJs tend to be more future-oriented and abstract in their thinking, while ISFPs focus more on the present moment and their immediate surroundings. This can create conflicts when it comes to making long-term plans or decisions, as INFJs may feel frustrated by ISFP's lack of interest in the future, while ISFPs may find INFJs' focus on the future to be too abstract and disconnected from their current reality. Another potential issue is that INFJs tend to be more structured and organized, while ISFPs prefer to go with the flow and take things as they come. INFJs may struggle to understand ISFP's lack of structure and planning, while ISFPs may find INFJ's need for order and routine to be suffocating or restrictive. Despite these differences, though, INFJs and ISFPs can complement each other well in a relationship. INFJs can appreciate ISFP's creativity, sensitivity, and practical skills, while ISFPs can admire INFJ's empathy, intuition, and intelligence. Both types also tend to be compassionate and caring toward others, which can create a strong emotional bond. To make an INFJ-ISFP relationship work, both partners need to be willing to communicate openly and respect each other's differences. INFJs can learn to appreciate ISFP's present-focused approach to life and try to live in the moment with them, while ISFPs can learn to be more flexible and adaptable to INFJs' need for structure and planning. INFJs can also benefit from learning to express their emotions more directly and openly, while ISFPs can benefit from learning to think more abstractly and consider the long-term consequences of their actions. By finding a balance between their differences and strengths, INFJ-ISFP couples can create a loving and fulfilling relationship. Number 3. INFJ and ESTP. INFJ and ESTP personalities have some fundamental differences that can create both challenges and opportunities in a relationship. INFJs are intuitive, empathetic, and imaginative, while ESTPs are practical, adventurous, and action-oriented. One of the most significant challenges in an INFJ-ESTP relationship is that INFJs tend to be more introverted, while ESTPs are highly extroverted. This can create conflicts when it comes to socializing, as INFJs may prefer quiet, intimate gatherings, while ESTPs thrive in loud, energetic environments. INFJs may also struggle with ESTP's impulsivity and risk-taking, which can lead to frustration and anxiety. However, INFJs and ESTPs can complement each other well in some areas. INFJs can appreciate ESTP's energy, spontaneity, and practical skills, while ESTPs can admire INFJ's empathy, intuition, and intelligence. Both types also tend to be confident, independent, and assertive, which can create a strong attraction between them. To make an INFJ-ESTP relationship work, both partners need to be willing to communicate openly and compromise. INFJs can learn to appreciate ESTP's need for adventure and excitement and try to join them in their activities from time to time. ESTPs, on the other hand, can learn to slow down and give INFJs the space they need to recharge and reflect. INFJs can also benefit from learning to assert themselves more and speak up when their boundaries are being crossed, while ESTPs can benefit from learning to be more sensitive and empathetic towards INFJs' emotional needs. Overall, INFJ-ESTP relationships can be challenging but rewarding if both partners are willing to work through their differences and appreciate each other's unique strengths. By finding a balance between their extroverted and introverted tendencies and respecting each other's boundaries and needs, INFJ-ESTP couples can create a dynamic and exciting relationship. If you are enjoying our content, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Number 4. INFJ and ESFP. INFJ and ESFP personalities can have an interesting dynamic in a relationship. INFJs are introspective, idealistic, and empathetic, while ESFPs are outgoing, spontaneous, and fun-loving. While these differences can create some challenges, INFJs and ESFPs can also complement each other well in certain areas. One of the main challenges in an INFJ-ESFP relationship is that INFJs tend to be introverted, while ESFPs are highly extroverted. This can create some conflict when it comes to socializing, as INFJs may prefer quiet, intimate gatherings, while ESFPs thrive in loud, energetic environments. ESFPs may also struggle with INFJs' introspection and tendency to overthink, while INFJs may feel overwhelmed by ESFP's impulsivity and lack of long-term planning. However, INFJs and ESFPs can also have a lot of fun together and enjoy each other's company. INFJs can appreciate ESFP's sense of humor, playfulness, and enthusiasm, while ESFPs can admire INFJ's intelligence, creativity, and empathy. Both types also tend to be passionate, open-minded, and caring, which can create a strong emotional bond between them. To make an INFJ-ESFP relationship work, both partners need to be willing to communicate openly and compromise. INFJs can learn to appreciate ESFP's need for excitement and adventure and try to join them in their activities from time to time. ESFPs, on the other hand, can learn to be more patient and attentive to INFJ's emotional needs and help them to loosen up and have fun. INFJs can also benefit from learning to express themselves more assertively and directly, while ESFPs can benefit from learning to be more thoughtful and considerate of others' feelings. Overall, INFJ and ESFP relationships can be challenging but rewarding if both partners are willing to work through their differences and appreciate each other's unique strengths. By finding a balance between their introverted and extroverted tendencies and respecting each other's boundaries and needs, INFJ-ESFP couples can create a lively and fulfilling relationship. These videos will be really helpful for you.